Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Everyday Woman series here on the Speak Up Sis YouTube channel. Today is day 15, and I am so stinking excited about day 15 because the woman who's going to be speaking with you all tonight, she's my little sister. I have adopted her as my own. I'm sure she has sisters and all that good stuff, but she is most definitely one of my little sisters in the spirit. And so I'm really, really excited about her sharing. I'm excited about her growth. I'm excited about what God is doing in her life. And so I am just honored to be able to present her to you all into this in this space. But before we do that, of course, you all already know that in order for this to happen and for it to happen smoothly, we have sponsors. And Innerpeace Speaks has sponsored day 15. Innerpeace Speaks is the business of Kimah Gant, and she is a life coach as well as the host of Innerpeace Speaks podcast. And so I want to say thank you, Innerpeace Speaks, for sponsoring day 15 of the Everyday Woman series. Y'all, please make sure you check her out. You can see her information scrolling at the bottom. It's her link tree. So connect with her there. You can get her website, you can get her podcast. Everything you need to connect with her is scrolling at the bottom of the screen for tonight. All right. So thank you so much, Innerpeace Speaks, for sponsoring day 15 of the Everyday Woman series. Now, let's get to the business because that is what we are here for. You gotta mute yourself.
Sorry.
You good. I do it all the time. Welcome, Kimah. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing extremely well. I'm just so excited. I don't think people understand um how excited I am about not just having you in this space, but being a part of your journey because of how we got connected.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's so amazing. And it's like we still here. Yes, my mentor.
Yes, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed and I'm so honored to be connected to you and to just watch you blossom.
Thank
It's a
you.
beautiful thing. So I'm gonna move out of the way because this is your night to shine. And I already know you got a blessing for him. So I'm gonna move out of the way. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so let's get it.
What's going on, y'all? I want to discuss. Let me just go back to a lesson, live, laugh, and learn. So I told you guys about the triumph at the felony. Back in what was it? I think 2016. 2016, someone close to me had told me about insurance scam, but they didn't say it was an insurance scam at that moment. They just were saying that it was a way that I can be able to get money because I needed money at that time. So they had told me that if I had renter's insurance, can I be able to file? I can be able to file a claim. So me being desperate for money, I said okay. So I did. I filed the insurance claim back in 2016. And once I filed the insurance claim, I had to go through the process of they investigating and stuff like that. So as they was investigating, they denied me. They denied me. Ooh. They denied me. But fast forward to that. Fast forward, excuse me. Fast forward, backtrack. I filed the claim, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this computer is acting crazy. I'm sorry. But anyway, sorry. But when I filed the claim, they was investigating and they was asking me all type of questions and different things or whatever. And I was answering it. Although they told me that they needed a police report and everything, I went to the extreme to file the police report and all this other type of crazy stuff just to be able to get money. Listening to somebody that was close to me at that time. So when I filed, they investigated me. well, they not investigated, they investigated the situation, and they denied me. So being that they denied me, I thought that it was clear. Fast forward, I didn't hear anything. I got denied. It was cool. I didn't try to fight for it. I didn't do anything because I knew that it wasn't right, and I knew that I filed a false claim. So I wasn't too pressed for it, pressed to keep on fighting for it because I knew it was false. So fast forward, I moved down to Georgia in June 2017. And when I moved down to Georgia, I began my life or whatever. 6 months later, the detective calls me. And the detective called me at work, and he asked, can he speak to Shakima? My name is spelled crazy, so that's what they call me. Shakima. So I said, you had the wrong number, because I don't like to deal with anything when the police or anything I don't like it. So they called me. So I said, you had the wrong number. They called me back the next day. I didn't answer. So when I didn't answer, they went to my mom's house. And my mom told me some detective called or came here. Detective came here, and you need to contact them back. I contact them back, and they said that they contacted me because I filed a fraudulent claim. And I'm like, huh? Because I didn't remember me. I remember, but I wasn't, because it was almost 2 years ago. So I'm thinking like, they can't be talking about that. So, excuse me, they said that I filed a fraud claim. So they went over to details. So they asked me, do I have anything to say? And I was like, I didn't file a fraud claim. That's what I told them. I said, I didn't file a fraudulent claim. So they were saying that they had evidence, and they were going to go to my job. So if anybody know me, they know that I don't like to be embarrassed. So then I told them I did file the claim, but I did receive my stuff back. So they said, if I received my stuff back, why didn't I report it? And I said, the reason why I didn't report it because I didn't get any money. However, the detective he took it to the extreme. Well, for me, I felt like it was the extreme, but it was a lesson learned. So it wasn't extreme, I guess. So he said that, fast forward to that, he said that he's going to file charges for me for theft by deception and filing a fraud claim. So I said, theft by deception fraud. I said, oh my goodness. I'm gonna be honest. I never dealt with charges. I never dealt with anything when it comes to the police. So I was really, really scared. So when he said that, that was back in maybe like March. April, was it April? I think it was April of 2018. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the dates. Yes, April 28th. Yes, April of 2018. He told me that I was being charged with theft by deception and a fraudulent claim. And he asked me, how was I going to come up to Pennsylvania, or was I going to come, or did they have to come and get me? And I said, huh? Like, oh God. I said, well, I'll be up there because I don't like to be embarrassed, right? I was working down here and everything. So I'm like, okay, you ain't got to come down here. I'll come to you. I went up there. I went to court that the next day, because I went the day before I had to go to court. I went up there the next day. They took me to a court. They fingerprinted me. They took a mug shot. I'm like, are you serious? And I was confused because I never received the money, but I did file a fraudulent claim, but I never received any money for it. So I was still kind of a little confused. So I'm explaining to the judge, I'm like, well, I didn't receive any money for it. And he was saying, but you still filed it. And if they would have paid you money, you would have took it. So I said, yeah, okay. So they charged me with it. So that was in April. I had to go back up in May to be sentenced. Yes, sentenced. But thanks be to God, they gave me ARD. And ARD for the state of Pennsylvania, for first offenders, I was able to receive probation, and I had to pay a fine. And I was kind of confused because I'm like, well, why do I have to pay a fine if I never receive any money? I don't, that's a Commonwealth state, so they do what they pretty much want to do. So I had to end up paying a fine, and I had to do probation. I forget. I think I don't know how many. I forget how many hours of probation that I had to do. But for me, I learned a valuable lesson. Why am I filing a fraudulent claim? I filed a fraudulent claim. The lesson was don't do that no more. I lived through it, thanks be to God, that I was able to come out, and now I am felony free because I had did the ARD program, and the ARD program was for 1 year. So it was cleared in 2019. And once I paid the fine and I did the probation, it was cleared. But I was scared before. I was scared because I'm living in the state of Georgia, and the felony happened in Pennsylvania. So I wasn't sure if they was going to allow me to stay in Georgia. But again, to God be the glory. They, they allowed me to be into the state of Georgia and, do my probation and stuff like that. And I was able to send it up there. So, it was still good. I learned from it. I laughed. I could laugh about it now because it was crazy. It was a crazy decision, all because of money. It was crazy. But I definitely learned a lesson from that. Do not file no fraudulent claims, or don't, just trust God. There's no point of trying to file and try to get ahead when you don't have it. You don't have it for a reason, whether you did it or whatever. You don't have it. So I definitely learned that lesson, to not file no fraudulent claim. So yeah, that part of it was a lesson for me.
Listen, sis. We're okay. So let me say this, because you got some people who will watch a video like this and be like, they think it's funny. That's what's wrong with people. They think it's funny to file.
Yes.
No, it's not that we're laughing because she did this. This is the beauty of testimonies.
Yes.
This is the beauty of what we're doing. The whole premise of the Everyday Woman series, this particular series in September, is lessons lived, laughed, learned. I came up with this particular topic, Kimah, because that young lady who lost her opportunity at the Olympics because she made a decision as a young woman that people make every day. It's legal some places to make that decision, right? She made a decision that stopped her from doing something she really wanted to do, right? Something she may or may not get a chance to do again. But it was a decision that she's gonna have to live through, and there's a lesson in it, right? So for me, I wanted 30 women, 30 regular women who make regular stupid mistakes.
Yes.
To stand in solidarity, to say, you know what? We all make mistakes. Like, we all make decisions that at the time we make them they don't seem so bad, right? Or
yes.
think, well, nothing's really going to happen to me or whatever. And then it does, right?
Yes.
And the point of this entire series in this month is to say, sis, you're gonna make decisions sometimes that seem good in the moment.
It's not.
You're gonna realize they're not later. You're gonna live through it. So
Yes.
keep living. No
Yes.
suicide, no depression, no anxiety, no pill popping, cutting. You're gonna live through it, sis. Right?
Yes.
One day you're probably gonna laugh about it.
Yes, because now I laugh about it like that was so crazy.
Right, like why would I have done that?
Yes, like I know that I don't like jail, I don't like police, I don't like any of those things. So why?
Right. And then you definitely, if nothing else, you're
Learn
gonna
from
learn from it. And like you're like, what I know I learned. I don't know about nothing else, Angel. I probably learned some other stuff, but what I know I learned, I won't be submitting no more projects.
I sure enough won't. Oh no, you ain't gotta worry about me. I ain't got $1. I won't have $1. You ain't gotta worry about me.
Let me tell you, and what I heard, I said, I was thinking, there are so many worse things that can happen other than not having money.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
so many. I remember, and this is kind of just because you left us with a little time, so we're gonna chop it up just a minute because
Yes.
because we
Yes.
can, because it's my show and I can't do that. But I remember a time when I was married, and I let me tell you, it's crazy because I went on. I was one of those teachers that I took kids on trips and things out of town and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
And I'm out of town and I'm going somewhere. Those of you who don't know me, I'm a teacher. Allow me to take my time. Don't rush me.
Yes.
Because it fits with
Yes.
it fits, right? And I remember being out, I'm taking them out. We're staying in this hotel, and I take the kids, they're high schoolers, right?
Mhm.
And you all had to be mindful. I was maybe I wasn't even 15 years older than most of my students. So it's not like I was some old lady,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes. Yes.
So we're out. I'm out the high school students, they're girls, and we're chopping it up. We're having our dinner, and the server, good looking, good looking brother, girl, good looking brother comes over, and he's doing his job, whatever. And so the girls are like, "Oh, look at Miss Wright. You caking." I didn't even know what that meant at the time. I was like, "What are you talking about? Oh, we see like you, whatever, whatever." So he passes me his number.
Mhm.
I'm going
And
somewhere with this.
you was married.
Little rocky in the man. We
Okay.
have a little, but we married, got kids.
Yeah.
I'm on a trip with my students, right?
Mhm.
So give me my receipt or whatever, pass me the number, whatever. Nothing that the girls don't know this is taking place.
Okay.
Okay. They don't know this is happening, but it's happening, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I get to the room and I'm thinking to myself, do I call? Right. And I'm gonna and this is the thing from what you said earlier about you really needed the money, and so it was like I'm gonna do this thing, don't think whatever. But one thing I have always done
Mhm.
since I was a little girl, and I
Mhm.
and I bless God for just this little bit of common sense. When people say what's the worst thing that could happen is you could die, I have always thought that is not the worst thing that could happen.
No.
That is not, and you know what? My mind goes to extremes. And I
Okay.
thought to myself, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I thought the worst thing that could happen is that I invite this man over, he rapes me, beats me, whatever, and I don't die. And I
Okay.
don't die.
Yes. Yes.
And I
Yes.
don't die. And then I've got to explain
Yes.
to these kids' parents, to the school system, to my husband.
Spin. Yes.
I've got to explain how he got here.
Mhm.
And I thought that's a lot worse than death.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
you know what? I just threw that piece of paper
Away.
in the
Well, that's
and for
good that
me,
you.
I think that is what has to happen, even in a situation like yours. If a young person, a young woman finds herself in a situation where she's like, I need the money. I need the money. I'm gonna do some strange things for some
Because it
change.
change.
The thought needs to be, what's the worst thing that could happen other than death? And
Yes.
am I willing to live
Yes.
with it or through it?
Yes.
And if
Because
your answer is no, leave it alone.
yes. Yes. Because I'm telling you, it was desperation for me. It was like rent due, this thing due, and the person that I asked couldn't help me with it. So I'm like, well, can you take out a loan? I couldn't get a loan. My credit was jacked up.
Now,
Everything
let
was.
me ask you this, because you said you didn't get the money. See, bless God, you didn't get the money, right? So how did your rent get paid? Because you still, did you end up homeless?
Yeah, I had to go and stay with somebody.
So, was you on the street? Was your babies on the street?
No, we end up staying with someone.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I end up, okay, that happened. I end up, no. I didn't end up staying with someone. I actually had to go to court and they gave me time to pay it.
So what I'm saying is, did you end up under a bridge
No,
with your babies?
no,
That's all I'm saying.
no.
So the same thing that you did would be the same thing you did after you filed the claim, you could have done
Before
you filed the claim.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I was so into like money like that for real. And I'm thinking about I'm gonna give me some shoes too. I'm gonna pay the rent. I'm just being honest. But through it all, I feel like I still triumphed after it.
You did.
Because I was able to get my business started, Innerpeace Speaks. So even though I got a felony and it's clear now, I learned the lesson and it's good.
And you good. You good.
Yes.
I bless God. And in the process, you got to meet Jesus.
Yes.
Girl.
Yes. And that's what I really feel like. That's why I had to go through those things. That's why I feel like that was a part of my journey of why I had to go through that, because had I probably went through that and just the different things I'm going through, maybe I wouldn't have been as close to him.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't have had a reason to cry out.
Yes. So why would I? Yeah. So I bless God and I'm thankful for it. I was mad at first with him. I'm like, God, why are you doing this to me? What is you doing?
Like he told you to file that.
But I'm like, I'm so naive at that point. You got the power to stop me. So, just me not trying to take accountability, me trying to blame everybody besides myself.
Yes.
So,
but I definitely learned. And I bless God that the felony is gone, because there are many people who find themselves in situations like that and they can't get out of the felony. And so now they literally have to live life with that. And
that's why I know that this was a lesson for me, because it was able to come off. And I know that this was a lesson for me, because I'm like, yeah, God, when they took me in there and got me fingerprinted and them guys was banging on the thing, I was like, almost.
Listen, I'm laughing because let me tell you, this one right here. Listen, I ain't never had them silver bracelets. I never been in the back of the
And you don't even want it.
Honey, listen, I had a friend who was incarcerated, and just to go visit in the jail, the way them doors slam, bam, behind you. I was like,
they was like, sure,
like, am I gonna get the lead? I was like, I'm not gonna be able to come up here and visit you because this was traumatic. Like,
yeah, they was like, shorty. I'm like, okay, no, God, this is not my thing. I'm not with this.
Listen, y'all, lead them people insurance money, PPP money. Lead them people their money alone.
Oh, but I didn't just, I ain't gonna say I forgot. I missed this part. It was so crazy how they caught it. I'm just going to tell you this about the technology, because they asked me to send in photos of the things that I had filed for my claim.
Right.
I said, well, I don't have it. They said, well, you don't take pictures of the things that you did. So I went on Facebook, because it was around Christmas. So you get computers, you get this, you get that. So you taking pictures of the computers. So I submitted those claims in, but I had the computer that I had filed. I took a picture of that and sent that in. That's how they was able to find and say that picture was just recently taken in your home. This, that, and third. I guess it was the technology. They knew that I took the picture of the computer that same day that I sent it to them.
Because of all of the information that's attached to those photos.
Yes.
And people don't realize are attached. They can tell the location of the photo,
Yes.
take the photo, and all those things. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm saying to myself, they said, so if the computer was
So you
stolen,
told on yourself.
yes, it was like, if the computer was stolen, how did you get the how did you take a picture? I was like, oh, he returned it back. I'm just
making up stuff. Lord,
oh,
listen, y'all, do not tell them lies and take them people money, right?
yes, yes,
Trust God. The
yes,
lesson.
that's it.
Trust God.
Yes.
Trust God for the money. Trust God for the increase. Trust God that you will be fine, that the bill will get paid. And if they come repossess it, if they come foreclose on it, you'll be fine.
Yes.
You'll get another one. Everything will be okay.
Absolutely.
Stop lying to them folks and trying to take stuff that don't belong to you. Listen.
Absolutely. That is
heard
the
you
lesson.
loud and clear, sis.
That's the lesson. Don't leave them people alone. I don't even want renters insurance no more. I'm like, I'm done with it.
If they break in and take it, they can have it.
Yes, I don't even want them to start even thinking I'm gonna try to do something like that again and put me on the investigation. No, I'm good.
Oh, this has been fun. Kimah, I knew this was gonna be a good one.
Yes.
I bless God for
yes.
you. I bless God for your voice, your story, your testimony. And I thank you for saying yes to the Lord, to say yes to me, to come on Speak Up Sis and the Everyday Woman series to share just a little bit of your lesson, live, laugh, learned. I bless God for you. And don't forget, everybody, Innerpeace Speaks is our sponsor for tonight. Kimah is the owner of Innerpeace Speaks. She has a podcast. She is a life coach. I'm sure some of you young women can learn some things. So please make sure you connect with her at linktr.ee/innerpeace40. That's her link tree, Innerpeace40. Check her out. And where can the people find you on social media, Kimah?
I'm on Instagram as inner_peace coach. And I'm on Facebook as Kimah Gant. Excuse me.
Okay. Excellent. All right, everyone. So we are done for the night. This has been amazing. I had a lot of fun.
Yes.
As always. If you all want to see Kimah in action a little bit more, she was actually on Speak Up Sis podcast. You can scroll down the YouTube page, click on the podcast playlist, and you'll be able to find the podcast episode where Kimah visited us in studio. We had a blast. So y'all go check that out. And per usual, you all remember to open up your mouths and speak up. And we will see you tomorrow for day 16 of the Everyday Woman series.
Thank you. See you.
Welcome. I'll see you later.
All right.